All right, for the uninitiated Big Ten fans, if you can go to Seattle and get a game at Husky Stadium, you got to do it. One of the greatest traditions at the greatest setting in all of college football, sailgating at Husky Harbor. There is nothing like it. Carson Bruener, Jonah Coleman, Kamren Fabiculanan joining us, the team that went to the national championship game a year ago and is now starting a new era under first-year head coach Jedd Fisch and in the Big Ten. Gentlemen, welcome to the Big Ten. Welcome to the Big Ten Network.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
You were saying when you walked in, it felt a little bit more real seeing your logo next to all those other ones. What's it been like the last couple
Yeah, obviously I'm used to the Pac-12. That's something that I grew up kind of watching, being from the West Coast and being a part of this Washington Huskies football team. I mean, I'm used to the Pac-12, so then coming and actually making the transition over to the Big Ten didn't really hit until we came in. We were talking about the jerseys all lined up and walking through and seeing all 18 teams and all their jerseys. It was one of those where like, all right, this is real now.
It is. It is real now, and I think there's a lot to get to and a lot of excitement about the games that you guys are going to play this year and what this next iteration of Husky football looks like. But Cam, I think about what you guys were able to do last year, and it was such a magical run. I was lucky enough to be there for all of those big games and the Pac-12 championship, and then you go win the Sugar Bowl, and then you make it to the national title game. When you look back, a lot has happened since then. When you look back, how will you reflect on the 2023 season?
Yeah, it was special. I mean, the bond, the brotherhood that we built within that team is a special one, and I love every single one of those guys, you know, the guys who moved on and the guys who are still on the team. And, you know, going into this year, we plan on building that same brotherhood and doing the same thing and making a run for it.
So many new faces on the roster, including the guy who's brought all the bling and the sparkle to the set, and Jonah Coleman. You come with Jedd Fisch from Arizona. Pac-12 fans know you well, and Big Ten fans are about to know you pretty well. First and foremost, tell me how this outfit came together, because it's fantastic.
So honestly, my suit guy, he had. I walked in the building, and then I seen this right here, and I was like, okay, we can go, start off from this, and then. I tapped in with my guys, Kick Blast. They used to give me all the exclusive shoes, so they showed me these Labins with the sparkles on. I was like, okay, we're going to start there. And then I knew I wanted to wear my jewelry, so I was like, okay, my jewelry got sparkles too, so just everything just going to go together because it got sparkles. So
you got that shine.
Yeah,
you got that shine.
Simple.
Next year, I'm going to see if we can request like a see-through part of the desk down here so that everybody can see the shoes, because there's some phenomenal kicks going on. John, I'm curious for you, because, and I'll ask these guys about Jedd Fisch in a minute, but you played for him at Arizona. You saw what he was able to do in that program, the culture he was able to instill, how fast he flipped that thing around. The decision to come with him to Seattle, how did you make it, and what do people need to know about Jedd Fisch?
It was just kind of the decision that I made when I committed to him in high school when he was 1-11. It was just always that vision that he had, trusting the process, being in the pro system. It's just all that falls in line. When I found out he left, it was no question that I was coming with him, just because the relationship that we got, and along with Coach Graham as well, and they even brought the strength staff. So it's like everyone that we built something with, it just went along, and I just know the relationship that we had. So I came along, but being coached by Jedd Fisch is great. He's going to expect a lot out of you. He's going to push you to heights that you didn't even know that you can go. He's for the players. He's for the community. If you ask these guys, how's it been with Coach Fisch since he's been here, they tell you everything has improved. The food, the training room, the facilities being remodeled. So Coach Fisch is just for the players, whatever we need, and whatever he think that like we need to be the best we can be, he's going to provide it for us. So that's one of the things that I love about him. And another thing I would say is the family culture that we have. His family is always around, Coach's family always around, and that's why we're so connected. And it's a bond with us. So yeah, I love him. That's my guy.
I love that, and it's a great answer. And I will ask these two guys, because I think a lot of your teammates left. Some of them went to the NFL. Some of them transferred to other programs. It was a rocky time. You guys go to the national championship game. I know it was an emotional roller coaster. All my friends who are Husky fans are not knowing what to do. Then Jedd Fisch comes in. He gets hired late. The process for you grew up as a Husky, and I know that this program means so much to you. The decision to come back and the vision that Jedd Fisch sold you on, what was it?
Yeah, I mean, coming back was a no-brainer. I grew up a Husky fan, season ticket holders. My dad played, my mom cheered. I'm the 8th, 9th in a row to go to UW, including my cousins and uncle. So it's always been a family school for me, but it's always been the best fit for me. I knew going through the recruiting process that when I visited Washington, even though I already loved Washington play, that it actually fit me the way I wanted to go, and like basically the fit that I wanted out of high school, they did it perfectly. So coming in, but then obviously now with the whole new coaching change, Coach Fish coming in, but I've built a good relationship with Coach Fish so far, and I see his vision, and that's something I wanted to buy into and stay back for.
Yeah. How about you, Cam?
Yeah, I mean, meeting Coach Fish for the first time is a cool experience. I mean, I went up to his office, had a good talk with him, and just getting to know him, building that relationship with him and his staff, and just getting to know the new players coming in, getting to know all the Arizona guys, all the transfers, all the incoming freshmen. I think it's been fun.
You guys mentioned the staff, and again, we can talk about Jed Fish all day long because he is a terrific coach, and the proof is in the pudding of what he's been able to do. But when you got a guy like Steve Belichick, and you got a guy, I mean, the names that are on your roster, Carroll, I mean, Pete Carroll showing up at campus, Bill Belichick showing up in his hoodie. What is it like to learn, and specifically let's start with Steve Belichick, his system and what he is going to do and how you fit into it?
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's been in the NFL for his whole career, and him coming to college ball and to the University of Washington, he's still learning the ins and outs of it. But I mean, our defense is going to be our defense. We're going to stay death row, and we're just going to keep continuing that tradition and pride.
How about Brennan Carroll, who's one of the true characters in all of college football?
Coach Carroll is definitely a character. It's never a dull moment with him. You know, just walking around the facility, he might jump at you. You know, he's crazy, but that's my guy. It's been great learning from him. You know, I had a great relationship with him too in the recruiting process. So he was one of the main factors why I came to. He's seen the vision. He dials it up, and you know, we make things happen. So
you do make things happen. You made a lot of things happen at Arizona in your 2 years there, and I think you were just so fast. And I think people are going to be surprised by your speed. Were you always a running back? Was that growing up? Was that your position as a kid?
When I first started, I played receiver, and then one game the running back came late, so they was like, Jonah, go to running back. So I've been a running back.
You've been a running back ever since. Good move. When this program made it to the national championship, and you guys had this historic year, you win 14 games, and now there is so much change. And I think people are really curious, like, what is it going to look like? There's so many new pieces. So from your perspective, as a guy who's been through a lot of different change and been through some highs and some lows, what are you expecting, and what can fans expect when you guys play your season opener?
Yeah, I would say one thing the fans can expect is the same Washington football that they grew up watching, winning culture, winning tradition, us going out there and playing 100% and playing our best. That will never change. We can get a new coach, we can get new players, we can have a new stadium. It won't matter because the rich culture that University of Washington has, that winning culture, is something we're going to continue to carry on.
Anything you'd add to that?
Nah, I mean, he said it all. I think the tradition, the culture, it won't change at all. And we love Husky Nation, and just seeing them out there every Saturday, you know, 70,000 deep, and it's just a fun experience.
Every time we would go to Husky Stadium, it felt like, I just said, this is one of the big time places in all of college football. I mean, it just feels, you can feel it when you walk in. And we showed some of the images off the top, but can you describe the tailgating experience? Because it is truly one of the most unique things. I know you've never gotten to do it. Well, maybe you did growing up, but it is really one of those things. I kind of wish that you guys could experience this on game day, because it's magical.
Yeah, I mean, I see it kind of pulling up when we go across 520 on our team buses, everyone out there on their boats. I've seen videos. I personally have never been able to sailgate, even when I was growing up, coming to every Husky game. But it seems and sounds like just an unreal experience. Everyone that I know that has done it absolutely loves it. And it's something that if you haven't got the opportunity to do yet, I would highly recommend.
Should we talk to Jed Fish about trying to get you guys sailgating at some point? Like, is there a way we could make this happen?
Absolutely.
That's how you roll in.
Absolutely.
That's the new arrival. Yeah. You mentioned your dad. One of the coolest things ever was you wearing his jersey in the national championship game, his Rose Bowl jersey. So give us the backstory. You said you grew up a Husky fan, but tell us who your dad is.
Yeah, so my dad, Mark Bruener, he played tight end 91 to 94. Drafted first round of the Steelers, played there 9 years, and then Texans for 5. But he really left his mark and left his name in the Husky history books. And committing to University of Washington has been a dream of mine for a while. So when I did that, I knew that I had a lot of things to live up to because of what he did. One thing that we always talked about, though, is that this is my life, this is my journey, and I'm going to build my own path, my own career. He did amazing things, but I'm my own self, so I kind of got to do that on my own. So, but when we got to play in the national championship game, he won the national championship in '91 against Michigan when they played in the Rose Bowl, and he had his game jersey framed. So we kind of talked the week prior and kind of made it happen. So we took it out of the frame, brought it with him, gave it to me the day before. I put it on, walked through the hotel, got to see my family, give them a hug before we went off to the stadium. And then walking through the stadium, I grew up also going to Texans game when my dad played there. So I looked up and saw where we sat as kids, and it really was a full circle moment for sure. And that jersey on top really helped.
That is just such an amazing story, and I think about the pressure that you must have felt, but also like the recognition in the moment of that full circleness. And I cannot even imagine for your dad what it was like for him watching you in that jersey and being able to go out on that stage. All right, I can't not ask you about Will Rogers, the quarterback that everybody's excited to see. I thought you thought I was going to get all the way to the end, and no, I didn't. So, Cam, I'll start with you. What have you seen? What can we expect from this quarterback?
I mean, Will's my guy. He's a competitor. He wants to win. He's obsessed with the game. I think he just shows everything that our offense needs to win.
I would say the same. Will's my guy right there. That's my guy. Like Cam said, he's obsessed with it. Like every little detail to him, matters. And I feel like it's great for our team to have someone like that leading, in the offense. Like I said, every detail matters. Everything has to be perfect for him. He's hard on himself. He's hard on me. I'm hard on him. So it's great to have someone like that around.
I love it. Okay, I'm going to let you finish with the very last one. We've got time for last one. You guys have a lot of great games on your schedule, and you're playing some new teams, the whiteout game at Penn State, which is going to be phenomenal. But you end the season at Oregon. And for maybe Big Ten fans who don't understand what this rivalry is all about, how would you describe the Oregon-Washington rivalry?
Yeah, honestly, it's hard to describe.
It is hard to describe.
Because it obviously our real rival, Washington State, being the Apple Cup. But over the last few years and what I've been going to Husky games and witnessing and now playing against Oregon, that almost seems like more of a rivalry.
Yeah.
Both us and Oregon have been great teams over the past few years. We've had great competition and great games against each other. Obviously, we got them the last 3 times, and they're going to want to get us back at their home stadium down in Autzen. But it's something where it's really unlike. It's really, I can't even describe it.
You can't. There are no words to describe. It is intense.
But it's fun. I love it. I love it.
It's fun, exactly. And like you said, you've gotten their number the last 3 times, and that's going to be a phenomenal finish. But you guys officially join the Big Ten August 2nd. We will be on campus for the Training Day show. Terrific catching up with you guys.
Thank you
so
much
much
for having us.
Best